Okay, so there's some really sucky news for Canadians today. This is Mr. B, and I just wanted to share some information about basically the freedom, internet freedom, and it has to do with cryptocurrencies a little bit. Anyway, in Canada, today was the last day of our freedom to access news. So in Canada, they passed a bill yesterday, I think, C-18, which means the government approves all news agencies. So that may sound harmless, but what it ends up being is that if the government says, well, you're not telling the truth, they can just censor you instead of letting us self-censor. So there's another bill before this, C-11, and basically it means that the big tech companies are no longer allowed to share news. So for instance, like Twitter, hopefully Twitter gives Justin Trudeau the middle finger, but Facebook and Google and that, they're not going to be able to promote anything that the Canadian government doesn't say as news, which is really bad for Canadians because, I mean, the Canadian government as an arbiter of truth really isn't that good. So anyway, that's what's going to happen. So basically, Canadians are going to have to resort to other means to find the truth. Already, Google has sucked when you're looking up anything to do with politics or religion, and even lately science. YouTube has sucked. I mean, you can look up how to change the oil in your car, and it's going to be really helpful, how to repair a drywall patch. But as far as anything else, YouTube has declined in the last 10 years severely. And DuckDuckGo is very similar search results. It's better, but it's kind of like YouTube is like a paraplegic, and YouTube's a quadriplegic as far as the search engine goes, and DuckDuckGo is a paraplegic, or you get my drift, right? And then Brave is better, but it's still not the best. So basically, we're going to need a Web3 wallet that does good search engines, maybe with a chat GPT version that Elon's going to make again, that won't be so biased like chat GPT. Anyway, that's something for another video. So I just wanted to share some things with you, and I'll exit this. By the way, these are Swan images. Those images that I have there, they're from Swan Bitcoin, and they're a safe place to buy Bitcoin. So you've seen this. By the way, I'll leave links. You don't have to write this down. I'll leave links below so you can click on a link, because I'm going to give you a link to the best VPN out there, and I have it installed. I'll even show you what it looks like. So here you can go through VPNs, and I use one called Hide Me. What a VPN is basically it routes your access to the internet through a foreign location. You can pick the foreign location, whether you want to pick Dubai or Florida or wherever. A lot of people use it for watching videos, etc. But people like in places in Indonesia or China or North Korea, they use it just to find normal information. Anyway, you can use one of these paid services, and some are better than others. They cost at least like $3 to $20 a month, and some collect your information and some don't. So like Surfshark, I believe, collects the information. NordVPN doesn't collect as much. So you can use any of these. I don't recommend any of them. I used Hide Me when I need to, and also you have to do certain types of banking things too that you need this for. Like if you're traveling even to Mexico and your bank says we don't recognize your IP, you can just set your VPN for your home city or country, and it will fix that problem. So I don't use any of these because they cost money and they kind of suck and they're slow and clunky. And if they drop, all of a sudden it puts you back wherever you are. So it says you'll be on a banking site and they'll say, we've detected that you're in Japan. And you're like, no, I'm using a VPN. But no, your VPN actually dropped and it knocked you back to the IP where you are. So for instance, if I do this right now, where is my IP? It will tell you. I don't have any VPN right now, so it's probably not safest to show where I am. But anyway, it'll say my IP address here. I'll just click on it, and it's going to show you where my IP is. Okay, so it says Toronto. Okay, close enough. And that is my IP. I'm going to have to blur this, I guess. Anyway, so here's what I recommend. This is a hardware VPN and firewall. By the way, hardware firewalls have been around for 30 years, and they're excellent, probably more than 30 years. But I've seen them for 20 years. I used to be a network administrator, and we used one. They look like a hub. Anyway, this is a firewall, but it's also a VPN, but it's more than that. It's a DVPN. So it's a decentralized private network. So DPN, I guess you could call it. And the advantage it has, first of all, you don't pay a monthly fee. Second, what it is it's a shared, it's a decentralized VPN. So anyone else who has one of these and wants to turn on an open door to the internet from their home, they offer their location basically as a VPN. So for instance, when you're using it, you can turn that feature on or off. But what enables is everyone in the world who has one of these, you can log in from any location you want, and it's very difficult to track. In fact, I would say impossible, because the numbers are just too great. And when someone's going through yours, say you have one like this, when someone's going through yours, you don't see their information either. You see the last two identifiers of their IP, which is absolutely useless if you want to track someone. And you can also turn the feature off. Say you didn't want to, and you can set it to how much you want. And you know what? Let me just go and show you. So I have one that's working right here. I'm just going to go to the top. Hopefully I won't reveal anything weird. It tells you where I am basically, and it talks about all the different connections that are to me. Actually, this one, no one's connected to me right now. But one thing that's really neat is you can go here to your DPN and you can choose what mode you have it in. You can choose where you want to go. Like I could say full route. Kill switch is really interesting. I can explain that at the time. And I could say I want East China. And so now all my stuff's going to go through East China for this this house. But I don't want that, so I'm going to put it back to Smart Route. Smart Route just basically says it's going to use wherever you are now. And this is fantastic here, domain config. So say you want, so for instance, I use Forex. And Forex gives me trouble whenever I log on from a different country. So whenever I type in Forex into my browser, it automatically says, oh, he wants to use the United States, someone in the United States. So it routes me through Forex. And this is way better than any VPN out there, because I can set up hundreds of these things to different websites. I'll take this thing with me in my briefcase wherever I go. I just plug it in, and if I'm going to a banking site and I want to be in Canada, it'll be there. And if I go into a Forex site and I want to be in the US, it'll be in the US. If I go to Netflix and I want to be in England, it'll be in England, and I won't have to do anything. So it's really useful that way. Now, there's another app relocator, so you can choose what apps you want, which is really cool. I don't use this because where I am in Canada, it's just fine. But if I do want to see something that's not available in my country, I can just switch it. The ad blocker is really cool. They've updated some of these things, but basically it filters all the ads out of things like YouTube and on the web for the most part. Now I use a separate DNS, so sometimes it misses it, but if you use their stuff, it's pretty good. Parental control, you can obviously you can block social media, and you can do it according to a schedule, or you can do it according to apps. It's really, really well done. And again, this is free. You buy this thing for $100. They're on sale for $100 usually, and it's done. And the porn blocker is obviously it works. I've tested it, so because I'm the dad, I have to test this stuff. So then you have security. Also DNS stuff, you don't need to know that, but if you want to, you also get paid in cryptocurrency if you want to open yours up and share it. So for instance, I will go to I can't go to my wallets. I'll go to the settings here and show you what I'm sharing, my configuration. So I have sharing enabled. And I can set my bandwidth. I can set it to anything all the way down to 2 and all the way up to whatever. My bandwidth is about 50 and 50, so I set mine around 20 because I'm just experimenting. And this is the traffic that people have used. Well, on this particular device, it's 0. But on the main device that I have set up, it's usually about 200 to 500 megabytes per day, which is very little. It's not even a real show, a movie. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that and show you how well it works. And obviously it's very fast and safe, and you can travel with it. So I'll put a link down below if anyone would like to purchase it. I think it'll go through my affiliate. And this is just a little bit more about the website. Anyway, so for Canadians, we don't have a choice now. If people want to know the truth, they're going to have to use a VPN, because you will not be able to receive it if you're in Canada. And the only way around that is through something like this, or a VPN. And again, I would just get this because it's way more convenient, it's faster, and you don't have to pay for it. So it's the best of all worlds. Anyway, if you have any questions, put them down below and I'll try to answer them. Have a good day. God bless you guys.